More allegations drop in regards to this whole David Coote scandal. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video. Yesterday's video is going to be another video centered around this man right here, David Coote. Talk about kicking a man while he's down. There are more allegations out in the past 24 to 48 hours or so that seemingly suggest he could potentially be at the center of a bookings scandal in which he predetermined to give a yellow card to a Leeds United player in order to help a fan out. We're going to be talking more about these allegations and about this whole David Coote scandal yet again. But before we go any further in discussing all of that, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. That'll make for great and interesting reading, I'm sure, down below. So please do get involved down there. Use and abuse that comment section, people, and talk to me on this huge, ever-growing, ever-developing, snowballing topic, whether it be about the initial David Coote videos, whether it be about his comments towards Jurgen Klopp, whether it be about the white powder stuff, or whether it be about this new allegation, this fresh allegations that have been brought to light today, in the past 48 hours or so. I would love to get your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, on all of that. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's talk David Coote and let's talk these new allegations that have been thrown out there in the past couple of days. Now, initially, I wasn't going to talk about it because this originally originated from the Sun newspaper, and of course, we all know what an absolute horror show that publication is. However, I now feel like I have to talk about it because this has been picked up by a number of other outlets, and a number of other factors have also been brought into it, and the FA themselves have also made a comment on the situation. Basically, for those of you who are unaware, new allegations have been brought out that David Coote predetermined to book a Leeds United player back in 2019, I believe, in a championship game that they were playing against West Brom. There have been back and forth text between him and a fan, not just like a friend, it seems. It seems like a random fan managed to get in contact with him. And basically, there seemingly is context to David Coote planning to book Alioski, who was a Leeds United player at the time, book him in the game that he was refereeing on that particular day. So, shocking if true, incredible if true. And again, with everything that has been said about him these past couple of weeks, this past month alone, it's absolutely phenomenal that these things continue to pour out about the suspended referee, Premier League referee known as David Coote. First and foremost, let me just say the human element of this does need to be taken into account. We obviously hope that David Coote is okay. We obviously hope that no harm comes of him. Nothing fatal happens with everything that is pouring out right now. But it does seem like someone has really got it in for him. He must have really, really annoyed and angered and frustrated someone in his personal life for all of this stuff to be brought out into the public domain. And it does make you wonder how much more of this stuff actually will be brought out. Like, is there any more to come? Because it actually had gone quiet for the best part of like a week or two. It actually had gone a bit quiet on the David Coote front. And then all of a sudden, it gets brought back again. And I think the only reason why this one hasn't kind of blown up in the same way is because of what I said in previous videos. The David Coote stuff that initially blew up all came because of an international break. There was no real football to kind of cover the story. There was no kind of football or any other story to overshadow that story. And this week, of course, you have Premier League, you have the Champions League back. Many people are talking about the collapse of Manchester City against Feyenoord earlier on this week. Many people are talking about Liverpool's dominant display over Real Madrid last night. So the David Coote situation, I think, in this instance, has kind of been buried under those stories. But it's still being obviously talked about, and it's still obviously being talked about because, well, the other stuff that happened, the Jurgen Klopp comments, the white powder stuff. So, yeah, this has really become an issue. And like I say, the human element of this is that we hope David Coote is okay, getting the help that he needs. He's got a good support system behind him to not do anything kind of stupid or fatal. The other element of this has to be calling his professionalism into question yet again. I mean, if there was any hope of him refereeing now, that has gone. Not just in the Premier League, but in any other league. Like, if it turns out to be true, and he himself has seemingly come out and refuted this and basically said, nah, this is not true. This is out of context. It was a bit of banter between me and a fan. There is nothing unprofessional going on here. That's basically what he said. But of course, the context that we're all seeing it in seemingly suggests that, well, it does look pretty bad. It doesn't just look like banter. You're in a position of power, a position of authority in which you can dish out these kind of things, and you did. Now, everyone is saying that the yellow card was actually justified and warranted, so he somewhat gets away with it a little, but not in my mind. A lot of people may see it like that, but not in my mind, because it seemingly is predetermined that whether or not Alioski was going to warrant a yellow card or not on that day, he was going to be leaving that pitch with a yellow card whether he liked it or not, whether it was justified or not. It was seemingly all predetermined that he was going to get a yellow card regardless of what was going to happen. That's the context that I'm reading it in. That is the context I am reading that in. But like I say, how is he supposed to referee? Not just in this country, but how is he supposed to hope, if he wants to continue refereeing, how is he supposed to continue refereeing in other countries now that this has been brought to light? And if he is found guilty, that will definitely hit the final nail in the coffin of David Coote as a referee. Whether it be in the Premier League, whether it be in the Championship. I mean, he's probably done in the Premier League anyway, but whether it's done in the Championship, the League One, League Two, lower leagues, or even leagues abroad that will obviously get wind of this story, do their background checks and go, hang on a minute, this guy, he seems a bit dodgy. He seems a bit dodgy because there's not just this, but it also now brings into question, has he done this before? Is there more to come from this? There's a lot to determine there and a lot to find out there and a lot to obviously do your background checks on as to whether or not this has happened before, whether or not David Coote has been involved in this kind of thing before. This was a Championship game. He's managed a lot of Premier League games in that time. Has he been involved in this kind of thing before? Because the context is that they talked about giving a Leeds player a yellow card. Alioski. After the game, he messages that fan, and the line is something along the lines of "Hope you're backed as discussed." It looks bad. It really, really does look bad on David Coote, and people will think, well, it was justified. The yellow card was justified. What's the big deal? The big deal is, like I say, how many times has this happened in the past? How many times has this happened before, or even since that day? Is there more to come from this story? And not only that as well, but his colleagues, or now his ex-colleagues, should I say, must be absolutely annoyed with him, because now it has brought them into disrepute again. Because we're questioning the integrity of the game. We're questioning whether things are already predetermined with referees. Because out of the number of referees that there are in not just the world, but in the Premier League and in the English football pyramid as a whole, you're telling me, like, there isn't the slightest chance or possibility that other referees aren't doing this? Other referees aren't predetermining who they're going to book pre-game. They've not got a mate or someone that they know on the side going, yeah, I'm just going to chuck a few grand on this player to get yellow carded, and then I'm going to give him a yellow card, and then we'll split it 50-50. That kind of thing. Are you telling me that there was not a possibility of that? I'm not throwing out the allegations out there. I'm just saying, you're not saying there's a possibility that with the amount of referees, that this guy is the only dodgy one of the lot. I'm just saying it could genuinely be a possibility. And again, it calls into the integrity of the game into question, because managers lose their jobs over results. Players leave clubs because of performances. If he's going into a game already predetermining certain stuff, not only does that cost bookmakers, not only does that cost, the team on the day, potentially, whether it's justified or not, obviously cost the player himself. It could cost the manager. We see how yellow cards affect games all the time. Defenders that are on yellow cards have to think twice before making a challenge. Defenders on yellow cards can't make the same sort of challenges that they would make if they weren't walking that particular tightrope. Referees have the power and the authority to influence games. And it's all about how you use that power. Do you use that with the fullest of integrity and honour and, non-bias? Or do you use it like what David Coote has, in which the Jurgen Klopp comments could be construed as him having a level of bias, whether it be subconscious or not? That brings it into disrepute. Does his personal life of seemingly drink and drugs, does that affect his judgment when he's refereeing? And now again, this whole sort of like betting scandal, if you like, has that happened before? Has that happened before or even after this situation? How many times has that happened? And is that affecting his performances again? More is to come from this. It's absolutely incredible that this has all came out. Like I say, someone has seemingly really got it in for him that this is all being brought to life now. And it's just phenomenal to me. And you know what? Like I said it in a previous video. I can't remember which video that I did it on. But it did seem like for the past week or so that this David Coote scandal had been kind of buried by the mainstream media. They tried to cover it up. They tried to focus purely on the human element, which, again, we should be focusing on the human element of this, and we should understand that there is a human being here. But at the same time, we can't overlook the professionalism. We can't overlook the state that the PGMOL have been left in, whether it be prior to this or even during this. There is the element that we can separate from this, and we have to look at. And we have to obviously look at his professionalism. And now that obviously these things have been brought to light, he can't obviously referee in the Premier League no more. He probably can't even referee in England no more. English football fans are the most brutal. Imagine lining up for a game and seeing that David Coote is your referee. English football fans that are on the terrace of their clubs. Of their clubs and of their stadiums will have an absolute field day in some of the chants that they will make, and they will absolutely rip into shreds. So if he was to kind of try and referee in a foreign country, this certainly has not helped his case at all. I get there's a human element, and like I say, I think the media have tried to bury this, but I guess the baffling thing for me is there's been no word from the PGMOL about any of this. There's been no word from Howard Webb. Howard Webb has not said a single word about it. Now, maybe he's been advised to until the investigation's over with, or whatever the case may be, if he is leading the investigation himself. But I find it baffling. I find it baffling that the media tried to bury this. The media have basically gone quiet on this. The media tried to actually defend him on this and basically say, oh, well, it's all about the guy who filmed the initial videos, and someone's out to get him, and it's just so wrong. It's like me robbing a bank, right? And then me getting caught on the CCTV robbing that bank, and me going, stupid place to put a CCTV camera, innit? Actually, no, that would be a smart way. You get what I mean? In the street, maybe. Maybe I rob an old lady in the street, and there's a CCTV camera there, and I go, stupid CCTV camera caught me. What a terrible place to put it. Honestly, that's really, really bad of them. It's like that, isn't it? It's really, really like that, and it's really baffling to me that that was the case, and that was the issues at play. But no, the media tried to bury this for some reason. They've briefly spoken about this, and it looks like it's just going to be swept under the carpet again. I'm baffled. Howard Webb's not said anything. I'm baffled by just the level of attention or small attention that this has been given. I'm baffled by the cover-up. I'm baffled by the justification of this guy. It just stinks. It just really does stink, and it just really is weird to me that Sky, PGMOL, various broadcasters and presenters are all clubbed in together on this. Fans seemingly have the opinion that he is he's guilty, he's stupid, he's the maker of his own downfall, which is absolutely 100% correct. And I would say the majority of the mainstream media is basically covering this up, going, he shouldn't lose his job over this. This is not on him. This is on the guy that filmed the initial videos. This is on other people, other things. This is not on him at all. He shouldn't lose his job. Everyone has these opinions. Everybody does this kind of stuff. We should just let this go. I'm really, really baffled by this entire situation. And I'm sat here wondering right now, what will be the outcome? And of course, if there's anything more to be brought to the public domain. I really am intrigued by that and concerned by it at the same time. So we'll wait and see. But the story is that David Coote has been has had more allegations thrown at him from various people that suggest he is at the centre of a booking betting scandal that saw Alioski get a yellow card in the Leeds United game, I believe against West Brom in the Championship back in 2019. That has seen him already predetermine the outcome of that yellow card. Is there more to follow? Only time will tell. Is it genuine? Only time will tell. We shall wait and see. But of course, as I always say with these kind of things, these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever I call it. This guy, I want to know what you guys think. What you make of this entire betting situation, this David Coote situation, whether it be, like I say, the initial videos that came out a few weeks ago, or whether it be about this new allegation being thrown at the now suspended Premier League referee. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down below in the comments section. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. And if you've got an interesting reading, I'm sure, down below. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Thank you for your continued support as well. It means a great deal to me and, of course, the channel as well. So thank you very much for all of that, whether it be brand new or whether it be continued. It means a great deal. Very much appreciated, as it always will be. Thanks all so much for watching. I've been Flesh. This has been another Flesh Talks video, and I'll see you and speak with you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Speak to you again very, very soon.